Welcome to Bitter Coffee. My name is Kelly Coffee.
And I am Derek Fanton.
It is time for another show.
Another show, here we are. Here we are yet again recording. It has been an entire 2 weeks. Time sure does fly. But here we are again in the wonderful Bitter Coffee Studios.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, it has been an action-packed couple of weeks.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Things just come one at a time?
No.
Please. That would be great. My goodness.
So I don't want to get into it because I'm finally at a point where I can speak in full sentences and not burst into tears.
Yep.
Want to just let everybody know that our official / unofficial mascot of the show,
And our hearts and our lives.
Pork Chop Polarity - Coffee, she died 2 Mondays ago.
Very sad.
She had cancer. It was very unexpected. And so R.I.P. Pork Chop.
R.I.P. Pork Chop could not have had a better end of life here with you and Rochelle. We had the pleasure of hanging out with her just a couple of days when we recorded the last show. We were chilling, and she was hanging out with Gwenny and doing her thing. She will be dearly missed, but definitely want to give a shout out to her. R.I.P.
Yeah. Thanks. On a much lighter note.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's a much
be difficult not to.
Note.
Let's do. Yeah. See, this is the thing. You do these things at the beginning of the show, not the end.
Right.
I was RIPing Norm Macdonald at the very end of the show last time, and it was
but that's different because I didn't adopt Norm Macdonald
right. Thank
from
goodness.
an animal shelter.
I mean, thank goodness for you, I think. But
seems like he would have been a little bit pricier.
High maintenance.
High
maintenance.
And you probably have to walk him more than twice a day.
That's a great point.
I mean, I would let him run around the backyard.
Sure. You give him his own space. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got more demands probably, so just as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, bring the energy back up here.
Okay,
if you'd be so
let's
kind.
do that.
Cool.
So a few people have asked, and I think people have inquired with you as well. I want to welcome you back to the show.
Hey, thanks.
Officially.
Thank you very much. I am extremely happy to be doing this again regularly with you. And it feels tenable and feels like something we can do regularly again, finally, after, 2 years.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be here. I want to thank everybody for the shout outs that I get, especially at work, walking around. People are like, great to hear you back on the show. I get emails, I get texts. It's really nice. Thanks for everybody for listening. And it's just great to do the show again with you, Kelly. This is a fun thing that you and I have kind of thrown together and continues to evolve. Every now and then I think of a segment that we used to have on the show, and I'm like, I like the free-form nature of the show now. My insistence that we had to have segments back in the day, I think, was more work than it was worth. So,
but here's the thing. If you want to do segments, we can do segments, but...
It's fine. Here's the thing. I like our shout-outs to the audience. I want everybody to tell us what they would like on the show. Please, let us know. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear us yapping about? Do you miss any of the random crap we used to do back in the day in terms of the segments and stuff? If not, wonderful. And if you didn't like it, keep that to yourself. I don't need that kind of pressure in my life.
We don't need that.
Retroactive guilt.
I've had a pretty difficult couple of years.
Yeah, it's been tough for us. We don't need any of that. In terms of changes over the last couple of weeks, we are finally full steam ahead on the house, in case anybody's keeping track of that. I know everyone at my place of work is tired of hearing about it. But yeah, full steam ahead on the new place over in Milton, and stoked to have you guys over when we're finally moved in there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so that's going to be
I'm excited for you.
But yeah, thanks for welcoming me back officially. I'm happy to be here.
Glad to have you back. Let's give a shout out to some of our listeners.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to say hi to Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Casey's a longtime listener.
Appreciate you.
So thanks for listening. And she said something really sweet. She works in a rather challenging job.
Okay.
And she said that, and I don't know if it speaks well of us or poorly. We are a form of her self-care.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest compliments I've ever been given.
I don't know if I need that kind of pressure, but I do appreciate it.
So, KCC, thank you.
What if we suck, Kelly?
We got you.
What if the show sucks?
Well,
and Casey's slowly spiraling out of control. I don't need that.
No, you know what? I think if that were to happen, it would have happened by now.
That's a great point. Okay, cool.
I want to say hi to Nick. Big fan of the show.
Hi, Nick.
He received his Bitter Coffee hat.
Yes,
today.
The hats are making their way around.
Sent a hot pic with his hat on.
Nice.
We always appreciate that.
Got to share those around for sure. Yeah, if you get a hat, if you get a new Bitter Coffee hat, we want to see it. That's part of the exchange. If you got a mug, you remember, we want to see pictures. We want to throw them up on the socials. So send us a picture of yourself in your hat, or whatever, your dog, your cat, your small child, whatever you want to do. Yeah, put them in the hat.
I want to say hi to Jeff.
Hey,
Jeff T.
Yeah, Jeff T.
He's a big supporter of the show.
Continual
So
Facebook interactor.
yeah.
Love it. Love to see it.
Shout out from VT to NJ.
Nice.
And I'm not going to say it's a communication breakdown with your friend John.
Yes. I was going to give a shout out to John and Kevin, my boys John and Kevin, for listening to the show and being wonderful fans and texting me. Emily as well, constantly texting me things about the show, just randomly. I don't talk to her really all that much. She's a friend from high school, but she'll just text me. I also do thing we talked about on the show. It's like, yes, thank you, Emily. Thank you for listening.
Shout out to Shemi and Collier. Collier does the same thing. I love that a day or two after the show, when Collier listens to the show, she'll kind of give me like a little bit of a breakdown.
Nice.
And
nice.
It's good. Not like she doesn't give me like a nervous breakdown.
She comes up to me asking me way too many questions, gives me a little bit of a breakdown.
No. She'll kind of like process the show with me. Like, this is what I like. She's a huge fan, as am I, Tim Chang.
Of course,
The
man.
Chang
The
Report.
Chang Report,
Jesus Christ.
breathing new life into the Bitter Coffee podcast, if I might be so bold. People are loving the Chang Report. We've got another one on deck for today. Can't wait. Circling back to John, you mentioned the communication breakdown. John, got a hat for you. It's coming your way. Going to do a direct handoff at some point. Kelly's been trying to get a
No
hold of you.
address. No, because I
No address
emailed him
necessary.
back.
Yeah, no, it's
and
fine.
said, "Hey, what's your address?" Because there was I'm not going to say it's a falling out with the Lesbian Connection people, but we had a little bit of a falling out with Lesbian Connection people because I learned they are anti-trans folks.
A little bit of a misalignment in values there.
So I think it's up to my wife to maybe not subscribe to their magazine, which has a sliding scale.
I don't know if you've heard about how that works.
I don't know if we've ever
The
mentioned it
sliding
before
scale.
on the show.
God.
But the suggested donation is $10.
Sure.
And as you, my friend, have said many times, more if you can, less if you can't. So that's that.
Yeah. So yep,
and
absolutely.
if we haven't mentioned you, it's just because I'm an idiot, and if I don't have it written down right in front of me, I will forget.
Totally. So here, maybe something will help. Maybe we can offer you some brain food. Because what I think we should do at this point in the show is we should go ahead and try our experiment that you have motivated here today.
All right.
As I was getting ready to head out this morning to swing over here to the studio and record the show, Kelly said, "Are you going to Dunkin' before you come on over?"
And I used the right terminology.
You did. Not Dunkin' Donuts. That's not what it's called anymore. It's Dunkin' with an apostrophe. That's not annoying at all. So you had said, "Are you going to Dunkin'?" Because you know me and you know my affinity for a nice coffee. And you said, "I think what I would like to do is try a pumpkin spice something on the show for the first time."
The first time.
And we haven't talked about this, but really?
I know.
For realsies, your first time ever having a pumpkin spice anything?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I think that pumpkin spice is the hazelnut that kind of plagued us in the 90s. Do
False
you remember
hazelnuts. Yeah.
Everything
Oh,
is
absolutely.
hazelnut.
Everything. And it's still very prevalent. There's a
So
lot
gross.
of hazelnut
So
coffee out there. And I
disgusting.
completely agree. I like hazelnuts,
Oh.
but I do not. It's like peaches. I cannot eat anything peach flavored, but I like peaches in terms of me and the, President of the United States, millions of peaches. Peaches for me. But other than that, if it's flavored peaches, absolutely not. Hazelnut, same thing. I like hazelnuts. Anything hazelnut flavored, just why? No, thank you.
Interesting.
Not interested. But yes, I agree. I think people know this is not a secret. I am a pretty basic bitch, and I do enjoy a pumpkin spice whatever. Send it my way in the fall. I love fall. So I have been drinking pumpkin spice things for a long time. I was so excited to hear that you wanted to try this for yourself. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to preface it any further. Right. You try it and you let me know. Oh, she smelled it and made a face immediately. I should say it's a very traditional Dunkin' coffee, meaning that there are spill marks all over the outside of it. Yep. Very on brand. So it's legit. It's a real one. Give it like a swirl just in case all of the nonsense has settled to the bottom.
Because it does say a medium hot OG cough. 3 pumpkin swirl. 2 milk.
Yep.
All right.
FYI, Kelly asked me to get her half and half, not apparently going to Dunkin' very often and realizing that is not something that they offer.
Oh, they don't do that?
No.
Okay.
That's too advanced for them.
You know what? And I do appreciate you not making me feel stupid.
Nope.
laughing at saying like they don't have it.
No, I was like, why would you know that? There's no reason for you to
No
know
idea.
that. So, okay,
right,
here we go.
We're going
It's
in.
happening.
Talk because I don't want.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna hear
no one.
people-
This isn't an ASMR or mukbang situation. We don't need people to hear you drinking. But okay, there's like a triple take situation happening.
Is it like clove?
So everyone's pumpkin spice is a little bit different.
Ooh.
But it is all. Yeah, there's some clove elements. I think there's
Okay.
some like, some anise sort of flavoring.
Yeah.
But there's also like a
There's
cinnamon.
notes of nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Yep, for sure.
I'm picking up some.
She's going back for it.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
going
gonna try
back
another
for
sip.
it. Okay.
Because I think maybe the first one was just like the layer of fat.
Yeah, that was
In the first sip.
That's called the flavofilm that forms at the top of any pumpkin spice beverage. Yeah. So.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I thought on my way here as I was delivering this coffee to you. I had a revelation, and that revelation was that I like pumpkin spice things, but that doesn't mean I also think they're good. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
like
it does. It does.
Just because I like it, I'm not going to defend it as being good. Like, I don't
Fair.
think that those have to be the same thing. Just because I enjoy it and it brings me to a place of happiness doesn't necessarily mean that I think that it's good inherently or of its own accord. So, what do you think? What's your first taste review of pumpkin spice coffee from Dunkin' Donuts?
I think there's a reason why I've never had one before. Now I just know what the reason is.
Now you can feel comforted by that reason, and that's that it's not good.
Well, I think everybody's like super like on social media. It's
Yeah.
pumpkin spice season.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody loves the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, I said
self.
So I said, self, what's the big Megillah? Right?
What's this hootenanny all about?
Yeah. So I don't understand why everybody's so excited about this.
So now you can say legitimately you don't get it.
Am I pumpkin spicing incorrectly?
Well, that's
Because-
it. So that is an interesting question because I would argue that some people are like, well, the problem is Dunkin'. It's not pumpkin. Ooh, Mike.
Jesus
Mike
Christ,
drop
I'm
slash
sorry,
knock.
everybody.
She's just trying to get the cover off of
That's
this
it.
to investigate visually as well. It's certainly darker than my coffee. So
Yeah.
I also got a nice coffee on my way over here, and it would be very difficult for anyone to look at this and identify it as a coffee
I think
because
it's arguable whether
it
it's
is
actually coffee.
It is taupe at
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
It may be like a cream
like a beige.
at worst. It is very, very blonde. I don't know what happened here. I'm reading the ingredients. I know what I ordered. I'm looking at the order. I don't know why it is this color, but that's very Dunkin' as well.
Okay, I just want to say
Gone back in again.
You know what? I don't think I can stop.
Oh, so we've realized something.
It's the not
about
liking,
pumpkin spice.
but it's not a dislike.
Sure.
I don't like it.
Yep.
Yet I can't stop drinking it.
Pumpkin spice, not good, but intriguing.
Right?
I guess it's the official review.
Yes.
That's the thing about it. We have one. That's your gateway pumpkin spice right there.
Wow.
I can't wait to hear what you try next. And that's the thing about pumpkin spice. It's really become a whole industry unto itself.
Yeah.
They've got pumpkin spice damn near everything now. So I can't wait to hear what you get next. I almost got you every pumpkin spice thing that they have, but I was already in line for 20 minutes at Dunkin' Donuts and I had enough and I just needed to get out of there. So,
I
but
don't wanna
I was
add
going to
to
get
that
you
nightmare.
donut holes and a muffin and all kind. Maybe next time.
Like a sampling.
Yeah, like a sampler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice sampler.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm glad we got to do that. I can't wait to hear what people think. Are you a pumpkin spice fan out there, listeners? We'd love to hear about it. On maybe we'll throw a poll up because Facebook allows for 2 option polls max. You
okay.
can't have more than 2. So we could just do pumpkin spice, yes or no.
Yes or no?
I'm looking forward to that.
All
Try to
right.
remind me when I leave because I won't remember as soon as I leave this place.
I'll do my best, but
Okay.
if I don't write everything down,
Yes, Kelly does have her notes this week.
Mm-hmm.
She had some notes in her phone. She's got analog notes that she is writing
do.
down right now. So good to have you back. Good to have you and your notes back.
so weird thing that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks doesn't
Okay.
really narrow it down.
Sure
but,
doesn't.
I'll offer some specifics.
Okay.
I am a shoplifter now.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm on a crime spree.
I mean, you're in grad school. It's only fitting.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Those things go hand in hand.
So what's happening
Tell me
is
what happened here.
well, now you don't get grocery bags. Oh, I can't even talk. See, my mind is just riddled with crime.
So not everything's changed,
Right?
Kelly.
So you don't get grocery bags at the store anymore.
Right.
Like you have to bring your
Bring
own
your own
in.
bags, yeah.
So
BYOB.
what I do, because I've never been a fan of the cart
Okay.
or the the little carry around basket.
The carriage.
Yeah,
Or the
carriage.
yeah.
So when I shop, I tend to just put things in the bag that I brought in or the bags that I brought in.
Yeah.
So it feels
Shop with the bag
like
that brought you.
shoplifting.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, because you
which
came
is
in
exciting.
holding a bag and then you're just putting stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Out in the open.
Yep. Not even hiding it.
And was it, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I mean, my mind's been a little bit
Sure.
preoccupied. So I got tea and a couple other things.
Okay.
I just walked out of the store. Just completely.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't
Forgot.
like you paid for some of the things and accidentally didn't put something on the belt. You just were like,
No.
well, I'm done here.
I'm done here. I have all my items and I'm ready to go.
I am Audi 5000.
And like in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is really weird. I feel like I'm missing a step. It's like, oh
Missing a
no, it's because I brought my own bag.
Right, that's what it
So-
was. Nobody bagged your groceries. That must have been it. At what point did you realize that you were a thief?
When I was driving away.
And then you had that conversation with yourself where you're like, do I go back in?
I turned around.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sweet. I would not have.
I went to, so
Just
I'll
been like,
get
well,
to that.
next time.
I'll get to that. So I went to, I was in Market 32. That's where my crime spree began. And I got in my car. And then as it was like, I was in the parking lot. It was like leaving.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God. Because for some reason I was like, as one does, just rolling over the events of the grocery store in my mind.
Reviewing what you might have said to someone,
Exactly.
quickly that you'll now regret for your whole
Eye
life.
roll, the side eye,
Sure, yeah.
where's your mask?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know. So I realized that I had stolen everything in my bag.
Right.
And I was with a friend of mine. I was maybe 10 or 11 years old.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
And we were in
back.
we were in like I think it was like a Kmart or something. And they stole a pair of boots.
Oh, wow.
Like a pair of
Actively
hiking
stole
boots.
a pair of boots.
Yeah, left their flip-flops there and walked out with hiking boots.
Okay. Wow.
And not really being a thief, I would think, well, wouldn't you want something similar to what you walked in with?
Right. Could you
Right?
try and hide it a little bit?
No.
Yeah, no.
So for weeks,
You're not a professional thief, though, Kelly. That's
well,
the thing.
I wasn't back then, but now I am. I thought that every time like a cop drove by or the phone
Oh,
rang,
yeah,
like,
sure.
oh, so
This is it.
It's the end
I'm
of
an
me.
accomplice. This
I'm
is
going away for life.
aiding and abetting boot theft. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Still to this day.
Till this day.
Well, now you'll know that it's for those groceries that you
Oh my
didn't
God,
steal.
yeah.
So did you
Well-
go back and pay for them?
Yeah, I did.
Good for you.
And the
Proud of you.
people at the customer service desk, they weren't very clear in what I was doing.
Okay.
Like there was a, hi,
Sure.
how's your day?
Uh-huh.
And they tell me.
Yeah.
And then we circle back to, what my original point is for being there. And I said, well, what happened was I got these groceries and then I left. Just got in
I
my car and
blacked
I
out
left.
and I exited your
And
establishment.
they're like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I missed a key component. I missed the paying part.
Uh-huh.
Their response, don't worry, it happens all the time. And I said, all right, well, like, can I just ring them up?
Yeah.
Here?
How do I handle
Like,
this?
how do-
Yeah, what's the next step?
Like, am I on camera? Am I
Right.
going to be in the local news?
Is this a
tonight?
test?
Exactly.
Or am I being tested right now?
You know what she said? Don't worry about it. Like, well, obviously I'm worried about it if I'm back.
So talk about aiding and abetting.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like, well, you've essentially given me permission going forward to steal from your establishment.
Yeah.
So don't be shocked if I do.
So I ended up, paying for the groceries. And,
Good for you.
record was, wiped clean.
Sponged from your record.
Then a couple of weeks later, this is just like last week,
Uh-huh.
I was in a different store.
Okay.
Don't want to say the name because I'm sure that there's...
Because you're on the lam from
Oh my God, yeah.
where I see this going.
But I like this store, so I can just never go there again.
Got it.
So I had some items in a bag,
Mm-hmm.
and I was diligent about putting them all up
Yeah.
on the conveyor belt
yeah.
or whatever.
Counter, yeah.
And when I got home, I left one of the items in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
with sausages.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
It was chicken sausages.
Illicit, stolen chicken sausages.
I think they were spicy chicken sausages.
Well, they were once they were stolen, that's for sure.
Hot.
Woo, hot items. Hot items.
So when I had shared both of these stories with Michelle,
Uh-huh.
like the first one, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've done that," which
Yeah.
I doubt she has.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Trying to make you feel better. That's nice of her.
And the second time, she's like, "Well, what's going on?"
Is this some kind of
I'm on a crime
mental
spree.
predilection that you've got going on here?
Yeah, I'm just
on a
I
crime
think
spree.
I'm going to be one of those like really old people that's just like, I'm taking it.
The
I'm
world
taking this banana.
owes me these lozenges, and I will procure them, man be damned.
You know how
like that.
You know how many cough drops, how many bags of cough drops I bought in my day?
That
I'm
I've been
taking these.
given away to the needy. Oh, you got a little bit of a throat tickle. Here's a cough drop for you. The world owes me these lozenges. I like that. I like that a lot. I can't
like
wait to
that
get to
when
that
we're
point.
old, we're Southern.
Like, again, we're like
Yep.
effing coal miners. There's something about the lungs that degrades over time and causes you to just, for some reason, you can't open your mouth all the way. It's all the gingivitis that's the problem. That's the real issue.
Well, I think, the trek out west really
Right,
kind of-
exactly.
It did a lot to us.
I was so annoyed at myself, and I don't even remember the context. I think it was the coal miner piece from a couple episodes ago, but I couldn't come up with the term manifest destiny. And I was so retroactively annoyed. I'm like, going west, and like there's a fucking word for that.
Yeah.
What phrase? What is it? Couldn't come up with it. And then, this is just so everybody knows, a little behind the scenes on doing a podcast, like those moments that you have in your life where you're like, God, I wish I had said that. The nice thing about that usually is that you don't ever have to hear yourself not say it again. But in this instance, it exists on record. And Lord knows I'm not vain enough to not listen to this show after we put it out. So I am hearing myself... I am hearing myself not say the thing that I wish I had said, and man, is that excruciating. I hate it. But yeah, so congratulations on hitting the age in your life where you are owed certain items by the world, and it's okay. Don't
You owe
worry
me
about
sausages and tea. Tea and sausages. If we ever change the name of the podcast, I think it's going to be tea and sausages. I like that it's plural.
Who's tea and who's sausages? That's all I care about, Kelly. That's all I care about.
Well, I'm always crickets at heart.
Wonderful.
So there's that.
Yep.
And my wife Michelle, she grew up in Vermont, like out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, yep.
Like in Warren.
Yeah, it doesn't really narrow it down for Vermont, but yeah, got it. Warren, okay,
it's
got
like
it.
a big, huge, 8-foot field.
Yeah.
So she and her brother didn't have the luxury that I had in my childhood of living in an apartment complex where there's 1,000 kids around.
So many children, yeah.
And she and her brother would, do things to entertain themselves, like set something on fire.
This is very relatable to
using
me.
gasoline. And having it spread a little bit too close to the house
Getting
at certain points.
a little bit dicey.
And they opened their own detective agency.
Did they? Wow.
She's always been a bit of a gumshoe.
Okay. I love that term so much. Okay.
It's like the one time I could use it all year.
So as kids, they opened their own detective agency? Mm-hmm. What was it called?
The detective agency.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
What else would it be called as children? I will say no one is going to find them via Google with that kind of name. The SEO on the detective agency, not
It's not
great.
going to work. You have
not
to do
great.
A
Detective
agency. But this was the time prior to the internet.
Got it. Okay, so they were fine.
But I guess if you were looking the phone book,
even phone
you'd
book
be like,
listings,
detective
that's gonna be
agency.
tough.
Oh, they're right there.
Yeah, the thing, not the place.
Pay for the big yellow page ad.
The detective agency.
And they had, they had
What did they detect?
I think everything.
Okay, I got it.
That's a really good question.
As children, what are you investigating?
What crimes were occurring?
Right.
That
So
needed solving.
Related, are you familiar with Only Murders in the Building?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's I don't want to get too deep into it, but it is a show. God, really walking into these today. It is a show about a podcast. And that in and of itself really speaks to the times that we live in. But it's Martin Short and Steve Martin. And so it is therefore
Selena Gomez.
Well, oddly, Selena Gomez also. Yeah, which I don't.
Weird
Very
casting.
strange choice. But she's great. She's, she's great with those two. But like, if you put anybody in that situation with Steve Martin and Martin Short, that would be great. But anyway.
Didn't she give somebody a kidney? Or
Did
somebody
she?
gave her a kidney.
I don't know that Selena Gomez
there was a
story.
kidney trading.
Oh, interesting.
Here, you vamp.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up real quick. Okay.
So, yeah, Only Murders in the Building, weird name for a show, but it is a show about true crime podcast fans who then there is a murder in their building. You can see where the name of the show comes from, where they start a podcast about investigating the murder in their building. And then they end up with fans that of their show. It's very meta. And of course it's Steve Martin and Martin Short, so they can get like anybody they want to be on the show. So like Tina Fey plays like a bit role in one episode. And then like Nathan Lane is one of the primary like other cast members on the show. Just randomly Nathan Lane is there and like doing his thing. Sting makes a cameo for an episode where Sting is a suspect in the murder, and like,
do they live in the building?
Yeah, they all live in the building. They all
go.
live in this building, and so it's just been a fascinating. Like we don't talk TV as much anymore, but like that is one of the things I would recommend to everybody because it's a wonderfully endearing, great show starring two extremely funny, very, very quick-witted individuals who I'm fascinated to know how much of Martin Short's dialogue in that show was written down anywhere or whether he's just coming up with it. He's obsessed with dips. He doesn't eat like normal meals. Every meal he eats, he has dips that he dips his food into, and like he can't eat anything if it doesn't have a dip related to it. Hannah looked at me. Hannah's always made fun of me for the fact that I like a sauce with basically everything or like a dip. She's just never lived that life and doesn't understand it. So she's like, oh, this show really is for you because it's about someone who can't eat any food unless there's a dip involved.
Wait, is that true about you?
I love like a side accoutrement for whatever I'm eating. Okay. I love like if I'm going to eat anything, if there's a dip or a side or a sauce, count me in. I want to have that additional level of flavor. I blame my father. Being a chef, he always had like a sauce or a gravy or something like that went with everything.
Yet no nacho bar at your shower.
Yes, no. We will never live down the lack of nacho bar at our baby shower.
All right, here we go.
You got it.
So Gomez, I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read it. Oh, and then you and I got we got a weird follower request on Instagram. I'm going to read you.
Okay, I can't wait.
Gomez received a kidney transplant in 2017 from her friend and fellow actress, Grownish star Francia Reza.
Oh, I thought Grownish star was her name. And I was like, and then it didn't get any less weird. What is her name? What?
Francia.
Okay.
Last name Raisa.
Raisa.
After being rushed to the hospital due to kidney failure.
I had no idea.
Caused by the autoimmune disease lupus. And here's the weird part.
It was lupus.
The reference is that Selena Gomez's transplant is not something you could joke about.
Oh.
So there goes the rest of the show. We'd like to thank our sponsors. Yeah, I didn't know if she was the one transplanting or the one that was transplanted.
The transplantee.
Yeah, she was not the transplanter.
So she actually it was lupus for the first time in the history of House MD. It was in fact lupus. That's great to hear. Good for her. I love to see a comeback story then. I didn't realize that Only Murders in the Building was, her really, really hitting the scene again.
Don't call it a comeback.
She's been here for years.
Here's the thing. Like, I have issues if somebody's like, oh, can I get a ride? You know what I mean? Or, I have 2 meetings, one in Burlington and one in Colchester. Can I just swing by real quick? No.
We already talked about the lozenges thing. Right? Like, honestly, if you're not willing to give one of those up, kidney out of the question.
Because then I'm left with one.
Right. Then you got to get a kidney from somebody, and then they got to get a kidney from somebody.
And like, when do you say, like, all right, we're even? You know what I mean?
How are you paying back a kidney at any point?
Like in the parking lot at work, like, hey, can I borrow your snow brush?
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, can I have a kidney? All right.
While we're on the subject of lending things.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Good for Selena Gomez. Congratulations on both your new kidney and your hit show.
I'm like, what an awkward conversation to have. But I guess if Selena Gomez was asking me for a kidney, I'd be like, let me sleep on it. I'll let you know. And at this point, it's just the pumpkin spice talking.
That's right. So. Exactly. But that's how you'd have to like present it like we presented the thing about having the cat stay here during closing, where you would start at like, can I take both your legs?
Right.
And then be like, you know what? I'd settle for a kidney.
Yeah, whittle it down to just one organ.
Just a single organ.
And
that's
I'll
all
even
I'm asking
leave
for.
you with one. I'm not even asking for both of them.
I'm not asking for your kidneys.
Just the
I'm
one.
just asking for a kidney. Come on.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Why don't we, let's jump in to the Chang report.
All right, I love it. So
got.
let's not leave everybody in suspense any longer. Once again, Mr. Tim Chang has come through with a Chang report. From what I understand, this one may include some theme music. He said to me,
I didn't listen to it.
No, well, that's the whole thing.
That's how much
part
self-control I have.
Part of the appeal of the Chang report is that we can manage to not listen to it. He texted me and he was like, I may do different theme music for every episode because this is fun.
Okay.
And so I can't wait to hear what he came up with. Maybe this will be the time where I hit play and it just works.
Maybe.
But let's get into, I believe this is the third now.
It is.
Chang report. Take it away, Tim.
3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Ooh.
Very Toe Jam and Earl right now.
It's kind of baby making music.
Oh, no, it's not kinda.
Oh,
Not kinda,
now it
Kelly.
is. Wow, just one big.
The Chang report.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? Hang on.
I gotta pause. Holy shit.
Can you do this one favor for me?
Sure.
Can we hear that intro
Let's
again?
run it back.
Okay.
This is up there.
Wow.
This is like even above the hold music, can I say? This is amazing. All right. Come on, Tim. Give it to us again. I'm going to crank it.
3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And for anyone who's not familiar, Tim is a bass player, so this is probably him playing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm just doing some
We did some dubs.
just some quick
Quick
drop some
backgrounds.
vocals.
Hit me with the stems. Those vocals.
The Chang report.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Hey, Tim.
Come on. Okay. He has forced us to raise the bar to a point where I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just do this, Tim? Why don't you just record your show?
And we will play
we
it.
We can run it through
We'll
our
just-
mixer, and then Derek and I will just sit here staring at each other and apparently drinking a lot of pumpkin
spice coffee
That's
and
it.
hearing you vamp. We'll do some musical interludes in the middle. Feel free to just drop some fat beats whenever you'd like, and we'll just put it. It'll be under the Bitter Coffee mantle, but it'll just be the Chang Report, sponsored by Bitter Coffee. I mean, God damn it, Tim. We're not even gotten into what he's going to talk about. Who
know.
knows what it could? Doesn't matter at this point.
Doesn't matter.
Christ. All right, Tim.
So that
Oh, hang on.
Oh boy.
See, there we go. I knew I had to screw it up at some point. Let's just listen to the middle of the music again
All
because
right.
it was so
oh
good.
Derek, I did not rip a fart.
Hang on.
The Chang report.
There it is. Can't wait to hear how that guy we got there. It's a good breath, Tim.
Can you smell that, everybody? No, Derek, I did not rip a fart yet. That is the smell of the autumn. I love the autumn.
The
So
autumn.
much so that I call
So-
it the autumn.
So
Because
on
it's more fun
brand,
for me
so
that way.
on topic. Amazing.
As a lifelong New Englander, the autumn is probably my favorite time of year.
Autumn.
There's just so much happening. There's so much to look forward to.
It's true.
You know, you got the baseball playoffs and the start of the NHL season.
If this is going to be
Those of
about
us who
pumpkin
care about
spice,
that kind of thing.
I'm
My
going
head
to
will
lose my
explode.
mind.
You've got hoodie weather. I mean,
Ooh.
who doesn't like hoodie weather?
Huge fan of that.
I mean,
Idiots don't.
some
Yeah.
people might not, but they might also be sociopaths, so be careful.
There you go.
But my favorite way to exist in the world is in a hoodie and shorts, and you get like a good 2 weeks of that at the
Yeah.
beginning of the autumn, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Autumn.
Taking that with me.
Got Indigenous Peoples Day,
It's
which
true.
is coming up
Yeah.
soon.
Yep.
Pumpkin
It's Monday.
spice.
Oh, hang on. All
Okay,
right, I don't know.
hang on.
That's fucking wild, Kelly. What is
Hey,
happening?
Tim Chang, get out of my head.
I want to reiterate that this is not this is a bit, but like the thing about us not listening to the Chang Report in
True
advance,
story.
not a bit. Like we really don't listen to it. It's very difficult, but we manage it.
Oh my
we listen to it
God.
live on the show. That is crazy that you randomly texted me and was like, you were like, bring me
8
my
o'clock
first ever.
this morning.
Yeah, 8 o'clock this morning. I
And
literally
like
just woken up.
prefaced it with like, "Hey, weird question."
Weird question. And yeah, and I was like, there are no weird questions. It's fine. And you were like, bring me a pumpkin spice coffee.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy that Tim would then be like, yeah, let me talk about the autumn.
I'm a little bit freaked out.
Tim, are you Google? Tim, are you like
Yeah.
plugged into the network right now? Are we in the Matrix? All right, let's see what this is really going to be about.
I do think it's gotten a little out of hand.
It's getting pumpkin spice.
Got
Way out of
pumpkin
hand.
spice
Jesus Christ.
donuts,
Yep.
and pumpkin spice
Muffins.
and beer and seltzer.
Yeah.
was an
Blah,
odd choice,
blah, blah.
but fine. I mean, at this point, you probably got like pumpkin spice condoms. You know,
I was going to say lube, but
Not
yeah.
Can-
maybe
Condoms.
latex for you.
I was gonna go with tampons.
But really, I think the thing we're here for the most in
Mm.
the autumn is Halloween.
Oh, that's
I
true.
love Halloween.
yeah.
Halloween's one of my favorite times of the year.
Oh, okay.
That's where he and I agree.
I
to
like
disagree.
trick-or-treating.
Samesies.
You know, that's a big deal in our neighborhood.
Tim out
Have,
trick-or-treating is
have
a
our
great
friends
image.
over and carve a bunch of pumpkins,
All right, I'm into that. That part of it. I'm
which we
sure.
take very seriously.
Of course.
And, you know, but I've got a gripe,
Okay.
which
No.
at this point is probably not a surprise to anyone. And my gripe is that as much as I love Halloween, I was being informed about Halloween in like August.
Yeah.
Walking around the local grocery.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Halloween candy out, and it was
Yep.
like 100 degrees outside. I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
It feels like every year our holidays just get earlier and earlier.
So true.
Like the actual day doesn't, but it feels like it because
Yeah.
it's just so in your face
No, the
about it.
calendar's not changing, Tim.
I
We
feel like
get
at
that.
some point we're just going to be celebrating all holidays all the time, every time.
One big holiday.
Yep.
Well, I got this American flag here, but as you can see, it's got candy corns on it instead of stars. You got like a
the 4th of
shamrock
Halloween.
with Frosty the Snowman on it. It's like, you could use it for both. It's a Tannenbaum shamrock. But also, I have a neighbor out here who put up their Halloween decorations in like the middle of September.
All right, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Felt a little aggressive to
You've
me.
got a
but not
situation
as
in your
aggressive
road here.
as the fact that they have
Yeah.
Yeah.
not just one or two or even three, but 11
What?
inflatable pumpkins.
I
out
knew
front.
it.
Oh my
knew it.
God.
I knew it.
That's one egg missing from the egg cart. For those of you who
Visual
visualize in
learners.
increments.
Increments. Increments, Kelly.
But yeah,
Well, there's the
11
show
inflatable
title.
Pumpkins. And don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily have a problem with inflatable decorations,
No, that's fine.
except for the Santa Claus riding a Harley Davidson. I realize I just went on a tirade about mixing holidays, but I do want to address this one very quickly. We all know Santa doesn't ride a Harley. Santa rides a sleigh.
Yeah.
And his name is Tim Allen. He woke up one day and he was Santa Claus. We've all seen that documentary. Do not try to rewrite the narrative. It's disrespectful.
Don't try to rewrite the narrative.
But yeah, anyway, they got 11 pumpkins out in front of the house. And I have a theory about it. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
So picture this, right? You're a kid. It's Halloween. You are looking dope as hell, dressed up as Spider-Man or a princess or a Pokemon
Nice.
or perhaps a Dracula. And you got a pillowcase full of candy.
Yep.
And you are strutting through the neighborhood feeling fine. Everything's going tremendous for you.
So
and you spot
stoked
the
on
house
sugar
that's got
high.
11 inflatable pumpkins
Yeah.
out front. And you're thinking to yourself, in the back of your head, you're thinking,
Full-size candy bars.
this might be the one.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the one that's got the full-size candy bars.
That's my man. That's my man,
So when
Tim.
you're a kid, that's how you win Halloween.
That's how you win, yeah.
Whoever has the most amount of candy, that's actually second place.
Yep.
Whoever has the full-size candy
Yes.
bar
Yeah.
or bars
100%.
wins.
Especially if
Halloween.
it's like a Butterfinger.
And not to mention, you also
Yeah.
control the entire candy bartering game.
That's
you know?
true.
Just like
You hold all the
talking shit
chips.
to your friends, like, no, I see you got a couple of fun-sized Snickers there, but
Wow.
Did we lose
Oh,
him?
no, it just stopped playing. What the heck? Can we get back to it? Oh, that was a pregnant pause. I was wondering what was coming next, and then nothing came next. Boy, again, we just can't get through one of these things without it being somewhat
But I
problematic.
mean, here's the thing. And just to be fair,
Sure.
if you're looking to me to kind of edit out this awkward segment, that's not going to happen.
Just so
Yeah.
everyone's on the same page.
I mean,
that's
sure.
not gonna
Week off
happen.
between classes. I don't have that kind of time. Well, it's not time. I think it's patience.
Yeah, that's really the key, is that
Yeah.
it's patience, not
I
time.
can't.
I get it. All right, let me see if I can. I would love to listen to that again, but we're going to go. Let's see where we are.
You know, because when you're a kid, that's how you win Halloween.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Whoever has the most
work.
amount of
Did
candy,
pretty
that's
well.
actually second place.
Yeah.
Whoever has the full-size candy bar or bars wins Halloween.
That only happened to me
And
like
not to mention,
twice
you also
ever.
control the entire candy bartering game. You know,
Candy bartering,
just like
which is
talking
fun.
shit to your friends. Like, no, I see you got a couple of fun-sized Snickers there, but well, look here, I got 2 full sizes, so
Nice.
you've got nothing for me. Next.
Next.
So anyway, you're a kid. You see this house. You roll up. You go up to the stairs. You know, walk up there. And you say trick or treat.
They're gonna give
And
pennies.
they say Happy Halloween, and you open up your satchel of sucrose to accept the wonderful gifts of Halloween. That
I'm guessing pennies.
Apple.
full-size candy bar.
Apples.
Nope. Raisins.
Raisins.
Raisins in your
worse.
satchel. I think that these
Wah,
people are raisin people. I think they're overcompensating.
That's
with
his
all of
theory
their
about the pumpkins.
pumpkins. And if I am correct about any of this, there's a very good chance that I'm not. But am. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unacceptable behavior.
Yep. Agreed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? There's always that one house when you went trick-or-treating that gave you something weird.
Yep.
Give you raisins or like a toothbrush or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
floss.
Funny. It's like,
Floss.
no, listen,
Uh-huh.
all right? I got a candy trade I need to maintain over here, okay? And you're being funny?
It's a game to you. Am
Where's the full size?
What am I, clown?
Anyway.
I going to entertain you?
I
hope
make
all
you
have a
laugh?
wonderful autumn season. Get your full fill of pumpkin spice foods, beverages, and latex.
On it. On it.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tim. As always, thank you for your efforts and your
Wow.
wonderful contributions. My God. That was quite a ride we just went on with Tim. Man, who would have thought? So
He's in my head,
is- I
man.
mean,
or
he's-
I'm in his. I don't know.
He's with us at all times, whether we know it or not. Tim is ever present
Wow.
and all knowing. I had one experience as a trick-or-treater that I will absolutely never forget. This is a very quick story, and it only is just evidence of how much I love sugar and have always loved sugar. I went to a house one time that apparently no one else had been to. It was late in the evening. They must just not be on like a main route, or people, maybe they got out like their lights on late or something. Anyway, we got there, my friend and I don't remember how old we were. A little too old is my only memory. Is that
Okay.
we were like,
That's
just
fair.
on the cusp of it being like, all right, you guys, you just want free candy? You can just go get candy. But we went to this house. They had a giant plastic bowl like you normally do, but it was full to the top on an even layer of pixie sticks covering the entire top of the bowl. And they were like, no one's come, take a handful. And when you went in to get a handful of pixie sticks,
Another hand grabbed you.
No, that would have been the best thing from like a
Okay.
Halloween standpoint.
Yeah.
No, it had full-size Snickers bars under the pixie sticks. And you didn't get pixie sticks as a thing. Like that wasn't a trick-or-treat like necessarily treat that I saw very often.
Because
And
they
I-
would break open in
well,
the
yeah,
bag. Mm-hmm.
because they were a mess, exactly. But I loved pixie sticks as a kid because they're basically just sugar.
Remember the big, like 3 foot long ones?
I sure do. The plastic ones you gnaw
Yep.
the end off of? Yes, I sure do. But like I reached my hand in and I got probably 20 pixie sticks and 4 Snickers bars.
That's it.
And I like put it in the bag slowly, like they were going to be like, no, don't. You can't take all of that. They were just like excited for me to have all of that candy. And I just put it in the bag and we were like, thank you so much. This has been the best part of the night. And since that day, I've always wanted to be that house that has like the ultimate candy
Okay.
assortment that like kids are just going to. But then again, I also don't like giving out candy. So it's a real battle in my own mind to figure out which side of that game I want to be on, but whatever. Anyway,
Full-size candy bar, that's a life well lived.
it really is.
Right?
You're doing well both as a giver and a receiver
Yeah.
of full-size candy bars. And so I think that's amazing. Good job, Tim. Thank you for your autumn
Autumn.
reflections this day.
Speaking of baseball, which Tim,
He did
briefly
throw in
alluded.
there about baseball season, yep.
so you know me. You've known me for, I don't know what, 30 years. at this
60,
point.
65 years,
Yeah.
it feels as though.
Bump it up to like an even 70.
There we go. Yeah.
I was a lifelong Yankee fan
Yeah,
just because.
And I've mostly forgiven you for that
Mm-hmm.
over the years. It's taken time, but we've gotten there.
But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to piss off some people.
Oh boy.
But you know what? I don't care.
Gotta be true to yourself, Kelly.
Yep. I want my free cough drops. And I want to root for the team that I want to root for.
Who is?
Boston Red Sox.
Yes. Congratulations.
Do you want to know why?
Coming away from the dark side. I do.
Well, I think,
I mean, I have a suspicion.
Living in Vermont for
Sure, that's
1,000 years, that
right,
will do
that
it.
helps, yeah.
And it was the kind of thing like I fought it for as long as I possibly could.
And good for you. You stood strong.
I tried.
Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be a losing battle, but good for you.
Well, this is what did it.
Okay.
When one of the players gets on base, they wave to the other players in the
Yes.
dugout.
Yes,
There's
they
something
do.
I find so incredibly endearing.
Yes.
I'm like, well, I can't not like
Yeah,
this team.
that's
They're
adorable.
waving to one another.
Yeah.
You
Grown
wanna
men
talk about
waving to each other.
Waving.
Yeah.
And then with the thing with the laundry cart when they hit a home run, like there's just, I don't know.
Sweet Caroline. There's just too many
No.
reasons.
See,
No?
Okay, the Sweet Caroline
come
thing.
on
All right, let me talk to you about Sweet Caroline.
All right. This is, you thought you were pissing people off about the
So
Yankee
Neil
thing.
Diamond wrote that song.
Okay.
Do you know who he wrote it about?
His dog?
No, Caroline Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
When she was 9.
What? Oh.
Do the math.
Well, that's ruined that for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
So it just, he said that he used her name as an inspiration.
Okay.
However,
Sure.
that's predatory behavior
Right. Doesn't
for somebody
bode
who's
well.
singing songs about children in a way that just doesn't feel right. I would say that if Sweet Caroline were an adult when he wrote that song, it
Sure.
would still be kind of creepy.
I mean, it's a kind of a creepy song.
The fact that she was a child. So I think what I want to do, I think my responsibility to the Boston Red Sox is to help them change their song.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Hold music, maybe? Or
I was thinking, yep,
can you sing along to that?
opus number 1. Because, I mean, that'd be fun
That would be pretty fun.
when they win a game.
During the 7th inning, just
Right?
throw on some opus number 1.
But I,
We'll be right back with the rest of the game.
and there would not be an ass in the seat. Everybody would be up
Grooving.
on that song.
Hardcore dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you had mentioned to me something about baseball that you love as a hardcore Red Sox fan now. Isn't necessarily the game all the time.
Okay, right.
Yeah, right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So part of the reason that I became a Red Sox fan is because, well, geography just kind of lends itself to me
Sure.
being a Red Sox fan.
Yeah. And your relationship also probably has an influence given Michelle's
Yeah, because
dedication
it
to
was
the
a
team.
point of contention for many years.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And so, she's really excited that I'm on board.
Great.
But she's so fed up with them at this point. She's like, I don't
Yeah.
even care anymore. I'm like,
I'm just getting into it here.
He's here.
What the hell?
I just got here.
Leave the shine on for me a little
A
longer.
little bit.
Yeah.
I appreciate watching the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Not as a live spectator,
Sure.
but like on television.
Oh yeah.
So there was this couple that had twins a few weeks back.
Okay.
And every time they showed like the people sitting behind home plate,
Yeah.
the adults were sitting in different seats and the children were either like on the same lap or a different lap. They were
Okay.
eating, they were drinking, they were crying,
It's like
screaming.
like baseball continuity errors.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was great.
That's awesome.
And then there was one guy, and I always get a little bit nervous when I see someone who's at a baseball game all alone.
Mm.
Because I immediately think like, oh, their friends must suck.
Right.
Because they don't have
No
they don't
one
wanna
would
go
come
to a
with.
game.
Right.
But then there's the, oh, okay.
Do they just not? They just not have
Yeah.
anything?
And you're in the fancy seats.
Yeah.
Because I can see behind home plate. So there was one guy a couple of weeks ago. I forget who the Red Sox are playing. Doesn't matter.
The Bruins or something. Who could
Something.
say?
He would call the balls or the strikes.
Like emphatically?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when it came to like the strike, he would do the stand up and like point to the right. And I'm like, those poor sons of bitches that are seated behind him.
God.
And then when
Probably regularly. Like this isn't probably like a one time he's there. Like those are probably his seats.
he might be a fixture. And so then whenever the Red Sox were like whenever the Red Sox pitcher was whatever it's called. I don't have all the baseball.
We're not there yet. It's fine. You're new to
whenever
being a
the
hardcore
opposing
fan.
team was up at bat.
Got
there
it.
you go.
And the Red Sox are pitching. Yep.
Whenever there was a strike thrown, the guy would like very overly dramatically shake his head yes. Like, all right, we're good. All that coaching I did.
You are damn right. Finally, my efforts are paying
good
off.
man. And then other times he would just scream. And I couldn't tell what he was screaming, but I could tell the people around him were like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I paid
So much money
$4,000
for these
for these
seats.
tickets.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love everything about that.
Or like when people stare down the other players, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
you're sitting behind a net.
Right.
I don't really think
There is no other situation in your life in which you would stare so hard at that 6'4", 275-pound man with a bat, and feel okay about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I that's so fun. Fandom at live sporting events is amazing. I appreciate that this is what you've taken to because nothing happens in baseball.
No.
Most of the time.
Well, you know what? I don't want to correct you,
Okay.
but I'm going to
Sounds like you're going to.
I'm going to suggest that there's a lot that happens in the crowd.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
During the game,
Yeah.
there's not a lot going on in the game.
not even a game going on.
Except in the stands, there's always something going
There's
on.
always something going on.
One of my favorite YouTube rabbit holes is like things happening in the stands during games where even like the announcers can't ignore it because there's like, I mean, part of it is just like the crazy catches in the stands. Those are always amazing to me. It's like the people who catch the balls in their beer or
Holding
like
a baby.
holding a baby and some nachos and manage to catch a ball. Like those are amazing. But then there's also just like people who are just, as not interested in the game as so many of us are at home, that they're just like doing whatever else that they might be doing at home, but they're in the stands of a baseball game. There's cameras around. And so they're just like, what's going on over here? Oh, these people are like playing cards, like in the stands, or these four people next to each other are all asleep. Like those, those kind of things. I just love that kind of stuff so much. But those things exist. Those compilations exist because baseball is boring.
Yeah.
So, sorry, not sorry to anybody out there who's a huge baseball fan, but come on, you can't disagree with me that like when baseball is exciting, it is incredibly exciting, but the percentage of excitement is like 6%. That's my soapbox on baseball. But congratulations on your Red Sox fandom.
No,
I'm excited
thanks.
for you.
I have a hat now.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm
Well, you
all
had a
in.
Yankees hat, so you gotta.
I did,
gotta
yeah. I
swap
had to
that
kinda-
out. Yeah.
But I think, here's the thing. Since I started rooting for the Red Sox, they were kind of on a little bit of a decline.
Yeah. Yep.
So first, Michelle thought it was a good luck charm, and she celebrated my fandom.
Oh, yeah.
And now she said, can you just maybe hold off for a little bit?
Can you go back?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about baseball. I don't really follow it. I understand the Yankees aren't having the greatest of seasons either, and so
They were up until like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, they're out.
Okay.
Because they played a wild...
Right. Oh, listen to you
break
with
it
the
down for you.
terminology.
They
So
played
yeah, fill me in on what's
Played
going
a
on
wild
in
card
the
game
MLB
against
season.
the Red Sox.
Got it.
At Fenway.
Got it.
And
Okay.
now they're out.
I just saw a bunch of memes of like the Mets and Yankees hanging out for the first time in a long time because
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
there was a meme with like Milhouse showing Bart something about like, this is where I come to cry. And it was like the Red Sox, the Yankees talking to the Mets talking to the Yankees.
That works.
This is where I come to cry.
That works.
That's amazing. What else you got? What else you want to talk
I don't
about?
have anything else.
That's it? That's the list, huh?
That's it. Well, let me see. Yeah.
Okay, well let's do
Yeah,
a quick
fine.
rapid fire media check-in. We talked quickly about show, but let me talk about this Squid Game.
I don't know what you're saying.
Squid Game.
Oh, wait a minute.
Have you heard anything about
I
Squid Game?
think I saw something
You
on
probably
Morning
did.
Joe. It's a Netflix series.
It is a Netflix
right?
series.
Yep.
It is turning
That's
out to
all
be
I know.
not possibly. It looks like it is the most popular Netflix series ever.
Is it like
globally.
Is it like outer space kind of stuff?
No, but
or-
I'd be interested. What else do you think it might be? Because you are one of the rare folks at this
Well,
point
it's aquatic,
who is not
right?
It's aquatic based in
Right?
some way.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it coming. What else might Squid Game be about?
I don't know. Let me think about it.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
I like the aquatic angle. It's something to do with water, right?
Yeah, and some kind of skill set is probably needed.
Ooh, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm assuming
because it's a game. Got it.
Right?
Yep.
So it's an aquatic skill set game.
Yep.
Outside of that, I don't know.
All right, I'm not going to tell you anything else about it. That's it.
Okay.
If anybody else out there hasn't heard about
Like,
Squid Game,
should I know?
Kelly nailed it.
Based on the name?
No, you absolutely should not know based on the
Okay.
name. It's a very confusingly named show, but I think I was actually going to comment on the fact that that might be part of its success because the name of the show tells you absolutely nothing about the show.
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, I keep seeing Squid Game pop up on my recommendations on Netflix. I'm going to click on that because what? I'm not even going to bother with spoiling it. I was just curious what your impressions of Squid Game were because my wife...
I don't have one.
My wife was like, I apparently need to watch this because the internet will not shut up about it.
Fair.
And
Well, when it's on Morning Joe.
yeah, it's really
Which
hit
is,
hit the mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It was
No,
on
I-
NPR the other day for some other reason, and
I have
like,
a whole week off between classes,
ooh,
so maybe that's how I'll spend my time.
watch it during the day. I will say
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is it like murdery?
it's real murdery.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real murdery.
Okay.
And it's real like maybe like in your up attitude moments, like in your like I'm feeling good. Watch it then. Don't watch it and you're like I'm not feeling good. Things are not going well. Like don't watch it then because
Okay.
that's a recipe for disaster for you. Yeah. Okay. Just want to check in on that. Just want to
Okay.
see what if you had
So
any
I guess
impressions
in
of that show.
2 weeks.
So maybe in 2 weeks we'll return to
I'll
the
have
topic
some-
of Squid Game.
We have a couple of hats left.
We sure do have a couple. I've got a few
So-
that I'm leaving here with today that I will be doling out to a few folks. I think if you haven't sent us an email to make your case for a hat, which as we'd like to remind you is basically ask for one.
It's just basically, I like your hats. All right.
Do you like my hat? I like your hat.
I like your hat.
Yeah, so let us know if you'd be interested in a bitter coffee hat. They're really sweet. They're I don't even think I told you. I mentioned to you, can you please send me the invoice so that I can share it with my colleagues? We are getting these hats, not the bitter coffee hats, unfortunately. That'd be cool. We're getting this exact design hat for work for a giveaway that we're doing at work.
Fantastic.
And it's all thanks to you because I was like, the hats that Kelly got are really nice. We should look at getting those hats. And that's exactly what we're doing.
And you had texted me and said, do you have any
It's
info
like,
on
can
that?
you send me more info? And you
I just gave you a screenshot
Like,
of the invoice. I'm
5
like,
minutes later, you're like, here's the invoice. Here's exactly what I bought, which was perfect. And I just passed it along to my design team. They're like, sounds good.
Well, that's cool.
And I brought one in so they could feel the quality and the
okay.
warmth.
All
we
right.
also had a gentleman at our in our department who was like, I have the biggest head in the world. If the hat fits me, it'll fit anybody.
Perfect.
And so I brought one in, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "No, it's stretchy.
It
Don't
is
worry, it's
stretchy.
fine." And he was like, "Oh, this fits." So just so you know, you picked one of the few hat designs that'll fit the giant noggin out there. Congratulations.
Well, I come from a long line of Irish people with gigantic heads, mine being one of them. So I
that in mind.
understand how it's challenging.
Sure.
some
the
to-
challenges that
Like,
presents
oh, this hat's really great on a child.
for children.
So,
It's a hat for
there's
ants.
All right, let's thank some sponsors.
Let's do it.
shall we?
Absolutely.
We want to thank. Thanks go to. Here you go. A trug full of thanks to the Polarity Foundation,
A trugful, if you will, and you will.
whose generous donation makes
Thank
this
you,
podcast
Michelle.
possible.
Thank you.
Also want to thank Green Mountain Foster Bikes. And they are giving rebuilt and donated bikes to foster kids in Vermont. Where are they located, you ask? They are located at 10 North Main Street in Virgins, or as Norm MacDonald says,
Virginis.
Also the home of Little City Cycles, a place to find your new friend in a magic bike. Their phone number is 802-877-3000. I was wondering the other day, because the hospital main number is 847-3000.
Oh.
So I bet you
Oh, geez.
they must get a lot of hospital
That
calls.
must be annoying.
Yeah.
Circling back to Squid Game, there's a card in that show with an actual phone number on it. And it appears multiple times, and they've had to edit the show on Netflix
Oh,
to
you're
take
kidding
the number
me.
out because the guy got 4,000 phone calls. Literally 4,000 phone calls.
Wow.
Yeah, just that's a weird anecdote that ties into what you're talking about.
No, I love stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that ends up on like IMDb
Yes,
or IMBD or
that's-
whatever. Oh my God.
I am NBD.
know-
Yeah, no. Yes, you're right, though. It's a piece of trivia that will live with that show
IMSMBD.
forever. So, yes, anyway. Little Silly Cycles. Good shout out there.
All right. Derek, thank you once again.
Hey, thank you,
Been
Kelly.
an absolute pleasure, as they say in Chicago.
It sure has been an absolute pleasure.
Next week, or 2 weeks from now, is going to be our Pilardi birthday party.
Yes, it will. The Pilardi
extravaganza.
party. Yeah.
So we got
That's
a
gonna be
Pilardi
fun.
party coming, a big 5-0.
Absolutely.
So
can't wait.
thanks, everybody, and stay safe out there. Please get vaccinated. Please wear a mask, and we will talk to you in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.